If you're stuck between 5 to 10K per month, it's not because your offer is bad or your niche is saturated. It's because the way that you're growing was never designed to scale. And almost every single coach, consultant, course creator that I know eventually reaches this exact point. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Leruo, and I've worked with multiple 7 and 8 figure brands around the world, helping them scale their courses, coaching, and consulting programs. I've also been able to take multiple offers from $0 to $100,000 plus per month. So I have a pretty good understanding of actually what it takes to take your coaching, consulting, or course creator business and scale it to 2026. Now, with that said, most of the times, the strategy that gets you to 5 to 10K per month is the same thing that keeps you at 5 to 10K per month. So let's go over the most important things that I see these business owners doing and exactly what you need to do to actually start putting in the right strategies to finally scale your business. Okay, so 5 to 10K per month. At this point, you're usually getting most of your customers through organic content. Usually that's Instagram, TikTok, that might also be word of mouth, or anything that involves a lot of active selling, right? So this is not a bad thing. It's good that you actually have an offer at this point that sells at the market actually wants, because you can never really scale anything without having that foundational thing. So you kind of already have the foundation you need to scale. Now, here's the problem. Now, most of the times your revenue is a little bit unpredictable and it heavily relies on your involvement day to day, right? So what are the key things that you need to take to kind of get out of that stage and actually build a system that truly scales? So I'm going to break it into 3 key parts. Part number 1 is all about the base, all right? Now, at this point, you already know your offer really well. You know your customers really well, right? But most of the times, these people have either followed you for a very long time, they know you from other people, or you've just been able to build a really warm and strong audience. Now, this is great, but if you want to scale to multiple 6 figures per month, you're going to need to learn how to crack cold traffic, right? That means you're going to need to know, how can I convert people who absolutely don't know me and who have no idea who I am as quickly as possible, right? And that can be a timeline within 14 or within 30 days, depending on the second part, which we'll get into shortly. So you need to have a way that you can actually get people who don't know you to convert extremely quickly and extremely predictably. And we're going to get into the second part of that in just a second. Now, what most people get wrong, and this is a huge part of it, is that your base is kind of like your positioning. Meaning that even if you have an offer right now that sells and that people buy, it doesn't necessarily mean that that offer is going to compel people who have absolutely no idea who you are, right? And a lot of the times you might need to do a lot of work in your organic, in your word of mouth, or friends referring you for it to actually work. So most of the times, and this is one thing I commonly see, is people try to run ads, right? And let's say they might bring in an ads agency or so, and they run ads and they don't get any results. And a lot of the times, this is simply because of the fact that the base just doesn't convert cold traffic. So your messaging and your offer and how compelling it is on cold traffic, that's the first thing you need to establish before you can think of running ads or setting up complicated funnels. The second thing is the customer journey, right? In order for you to have a system that scales, you need a customer journey that doesn't involve you working every single day. So most of the times when we take a coach or consultant that's doing organic, we usually say, okay, great. We're probably going to do something like a low ticket to high ticket funnel, bringing in customers with a low price point and selling them on your high ticket offer. Or it could be something like a webinar funnel or something else that might work based on their niche. I've seen that low ticket to high ticket funnels work really great for like business niche, but I've seen sometimes that for relationships and health, different funnels can sometimes work a little bit better, right? So you have to have the right customer journey, and that customer journey needs to actually work without you necessarily being actively involved in the day-to-day selling, right? That's super important. One last caveat to this is that most coaches and consultants are not patient enough to build the system properly to the point where it does work, right? And that's a really crucial part too, right? The base and the funnel need to be refined and optimized over time. And a lot of the times for us, it takes a few months for us to get it perfectly running and scalable. Now, number 3 is of course ads, right? Now, ads are just an amplifier. So they only work once you have those 2 steps in place. And for us, we love meta ads. They work the best. But once again, you got to have the base and you have to have the right customer journey in place. So most of the times, if you're stuck at 5 to 10K per month, it means that 1, your base isn't actually scalable, meaning your messaging, your current offer, your current structure, your current messaging to cold traffic doesn't work, right? It only works if you have a lot of personal involvement in the day-to-day or extremely long time periods. You need a predictable way to convert people within 14 to 30 days, which is what we've seen most of the time. Second thing you need is a clear customer journey that doesn't involve you day-to-day selling, right? Now, this once again can only happen if the base is there, right, guys? You don't go and play and put crazy funnels, because funnels are actually just customer journeys that only work if the base works, right? And so this is really, really important. I mean, for example, one of the projects we worked on, we actually scaled from about $6,000 per month to $180,000 per month in just a few months by putting these few things together. So once you have the right base, the funnel can work like crazy. And then last but not least, ads. And that's like the last leverage point that you should be focused on, right? Most of the times people think that ads are this amazing thing that's going to game change everything, but it's actually not the case. So if that's you right now, I hope this video has been able to share some ideas on how you can go out there and scale a lot more effectively, like our clients have done to multiple 6 figures per month predictably. Now, if you want to get more content like this, then drop a subscribe, and I'll also link a few resources down below that you can use to help you get going with your coaching, consulting, expert business. And I hope to one day see you on the beaches of the world.